Welcome, Kleopas, for this interview session. My name is
you.
Nathalie Bernard-Marissal, and I'm very glad to conduct this discussion with you. And as a first question, I will ask you if you can introduce yourself and tell us what attracted you to Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease and gene therapy research.
Thank you. I'm Kleopa. I'm a neurologist at the Cyprus Institute of Neurology and Genetics in Cyprus. I specialize in neuromuscular disease, and I also focus on research to develop gene therapies for CMT neuropathies. The reason I went into neuromuscular disorders in general and CMT in particular is the challenge that we face with these disorders. They're very complex, often rare, and mostly without any therapies. So I thought this is something that I would really want to contribute to in the future, so that and then the mentorship from some very important people in the field that inspired me, like Steve Scherer. I was a postdoc in his lab, so that really, channeled my career towards this direction.
Okay, and so how does gene therapy work? I mean, in CMT field, what are the current success and challenge we are facing?
Yeah, CMT neuropathies are genetic disorders, so there is obviously space for gene therapies. The challenge is that every CMT type has a different genetic etiology, so you need to understand very well the mechanism of the disease to know whether the gene is toxic or whether the gene is deficient and you need to replace it or silence it, or if it's a dominant effect and how you can compensate. So it is very complex. We need to be sure about the strategy. And also we are faced with many other problems of the general gene therapy field, like the delivery to get to the target cells, safety issues, issues of getting enough support to take the project from the preclinical models to regulatory approvals, safety studies, and finally to patients in a viable way. So it's a long path, and there are many challenges at each step.
Yes. Yeah, I see. And so this afternoon, you are going to participate in the session dedicated to a joint research project. And how do you think this can be helpful to develop, treatment for CMT?
Yeah, so I think it's very important to have all stakeholders involved if we're going to have a chance for success. So we need basic scientists that will develop the treatments. We need clinicians who will understand how to test them in the clinic. We need the patients, of course, and the associations that are really the driving force. We need industry, because without industry, we cannot get treatments through the whole process that I described before. And we also need economic models, cost evaluations, so we can make these treatments then accessible for patients and accessible for health systems in different countries. So I think unless we get everybody to work together, it will be very challenging to achieve anything in the future. So that's why we developed the Cure CMT network, and we are trying to build on that, and it's obviously open for more participants. Yes.
And so I will go for the last question. You have been elected as a vice president for the ECRA Association, so congratulations.
Thank you.
So what will be your mission and the priority you would like to give?
Yeah, so my priority obviously is to support the aims, the mission of ECRA, which is to facilitate research for CMT neuropathies, to find therapies, to find short-term therapies, but also to develop long-term therapies. We need to do a lot of supportive work for young researchers to help them, develop their projects and also facilitate collaboration. Because in the way I described before, without having all stakeholders, it would be very challenging. So I think ECRA is very well positioned with all the stakeholders involved to really support this. And of course, we're not working as individuals.
Yes.
We're all together, more established and more junior. I think we can make it work. So I think that would be the main priority.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you for your time and your engagement to CMT community.
Thank
Thanks
you.
again.
Thank you.